This is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today we're going to be making a red, white, and blue Memorial Day wreath, or this can also be a 4th of July wreath. So let's get started. For this wreath, I'm using a wire frame. It's 14 inches, and I got it from Dollar Tree. Actually, everything that I'm using for this wreath is from Dollar Tree. I will also be using three white deco mesh, 3 blue, and of course three red ones. So we'll be ready to do our wreath, and hopefully we'll have enough. I think this is going to be more than I actually need, and if I need to kind of change up a little bit, I will. And I will post below exactly how much of the deco mesh rolls I do actually end up using. I also have some chenille stems, and these were some I had in my stash. And so I don't think that the color matters with these. I do have some black ones. I'll try to kind of match up the black ones with the blue since that's the darker deco mesh. You're also going to need some of these hats that I found at Dollar Tree. I might add these to the wreath. It all depends on what it looks like at the end. So I'll have to try it out and see. And I may end up using this wind chime and maybe separating the bell, taking the bell off and just using this because I really like it and it's metal. So we'll see how that goes. What you might want to do to make this whole process go easier is you're going to want to have a rotary cutter. Now, I don't have one, so I'm going to be cutting it. I will show you how I cut my mesh. And so I think it's a lot easier if you just cut it all beforehand, but I'm going to show you how I cut it. This deco mesh is, let's see, it's 6 inches by 5 yards. And I'm going to be cutting this into actually 6 inches. So I'm not going to be like exact, but let me just show you. When I cut this at about maybe 6 or 7 inches, because I really want my spirals, the technique I'm going to use is I'm going to have these loops. And so in order to form those loops, I need this to be like this. So I'm going to be just kind of rolling these up before I twist them together. So you want to have a bunch of these already cut out. And the rotary cutter just helps you to kind of slice them and move them along. And you can slice a bunch at one time. But since I don't have one, it's okay. I'm still going to go ahead and make it. So around 6-7 inches for these. I'm going to go ahead and cut a bunch of these. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to line this up. The plan for this wreath actually is for me to have red right where this is, red between here, white and blue, and then I'll come back with another red, white, and blue. So I just want to have more control over how I place my color. Now, if you want, you can do 2 and just go like here, this area and this area in red, this area and this area in white, and this area and this area in blue. So it's just up to you what you prefer. For my front door, I prefer to have it where I just do red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue. So I'm just giving you different options. You also can mix the colors if you want. So you can just put a bunch of these together. Once you have them all cut out, you can roll them up and then just twist tie them together in different colors, red, white, and blue, or just red and white. So it's up to you. You have a lot of leeway with this. And I think this is the best technique for making a wreath. I really enjoy doing it. Okay, so now that I have my mesh all cut, I'm going to be doing this in loops of 3. And so I want the natural spiral, I want to keep that. I'm just making it tighter. So all I'm going to do is just kind of roll this up, pinch it together, roll another one up, pinch that together, and then roll another one up, since I'm going to have 3 in each. So now I've got it like this. And so what I'm going to do, now let's see what happens when I put a 4th one in there. I've never done that before. Just want to see what that looks like. And so if you want, you can put a 4th one in there, I guess. Let's try it with 4. Normally I'll do 3, but we'll try it with 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here for my edge. I'm going to take this, my chenille stem, and I've tried to cut the chenille stem in half, but for some reason it just doesn't fit all the way around this when I actually start to fold it. Okay, so it's almost like I'm making a bow, and right in the center I'm just pinching, and then I'm going to just twist, just like that. So I just twisted it like 2 times. And then on the 2 middle rings, that's all I'm working with, I'm going to take my chenille stem, pull it through this part, the outer part, and then the other side through the inner part. And I want it to be lined up like this, just like that. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to twist it. Let me turn it over so you can see better. All I'm doing is now that I'm pulling it together, I'm just twisting it around so it will hold. And I'm just using the matching colors for each of those decos. I just don't have white, so we'll see what that looks like, but I'm going to work with it. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this one just to make it look neat, even though no one's really going to see the back. And so that's what it will look like. It's going to be like this. Let's do another one. I'm going to take another one. So I'm doing actually 4. So right now I cut up 2 of each roll of the deco mesh. So I just cut up 2, even though I have extra just in case, because sometimes you just don't know if you'll need more. So we'll see what happens. Okay, putting that together and pinching it in the middle. And see, I just cut out a bunch of this, so I should have enough. And this stuff really sticks together well, which is a good thing because you want it to kind of like stick to itself, but there's not much space in between it. Okay, just make sure you have enough chenille stems. Okay, so I got 4 together, and I'm going to go ahead and twist one more time, and then pull it through, just making sure that your deco mesh is going this way. So once again, using the 2 inner rings, going to twist these together, and then I'm just going to kind of, before I really get this all the way twisted, I'm just pushing it all the way up to the other one. And this really hangs on pretty good. But the deco itself will stick to each other. It may be a pain sometimes because it sticks so much, but it actually works to your advantage when you're doing a wreath, because then it doesn't really shift much. Okay, and so that's how your wreath starts to come together. And so I just push this up, and you see it's going to start to look really full. And so remember, I'm doing red up to here, and then I'm going to transition to white. So this is going to look quite lovely, I can already tell. So I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish off this wreath. Actually, I will come back on at the halfway point so that you can see what it looks like. And remember, I am doing 4 of each. Usually I do 3 of each, but if you want to do 4, you can. It's just a little bit thicker, but I think it'll look really nice. Actually, it's definitely going to look nice because it's going to be really full. And you know what? I can already see Christmas with this. Already. I know it's only May, but I can see Christmas already. And all the stuff you can do with this. So I do hope that you find some of this deco mesh at your local Dollar Tree, because I know it's hard to find because I didn't really expect to find it. Okay, 1 and 2. Put it on those rings. Push it all together. And it may seem awkward at first, but it really starts to go fast once you really get used to working with these. I think the biggest part is cutting them out. That's the longest part. This is going to look really nice on my front door. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll come back on when I'm halfway through. Okay, so I am at the halfway mark. I did the red, the white, and the blue, and look how full that looks. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous, and the colors are so vibrant. And so what I've been doing is, as I go along, I've been kind of pulling these out to kind of fluff them up. You can actually pull them in towards the middle, and that makes it even higher and really, really fluffy. Look at that white. Look how pretty that looks. And so I really wanted to kind of have a bunch of red, a bunch of white, and a bunch of blue so that I can kind of control the color. So now I'm going to go ahead and do another red, white, and blue on this side, but I wanted to come and let you see what the halfway mark looks like. As I was going along, I just said, let me go ahead and tuck this in. I used the red chenille stem on the white because I didn't have any white. And so it worked out perfect because you could still hardly see it, but even if you could see it, it's still in that same color scheme. So I am really loving this at the halfway point. Still not sure if I'm going to add more decorations to it because it looks really, really good. I hope it looks just as good on camera as it does in person. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and I will be right back to show you what it looks like. Okay, my wreath is all done, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Look at that. Just really, really pretty. And so now I thought about putting the hats on and just didn't think it really, these hats here, I was going to just go ahead and kind of tuck them in somewhere around here. I wasn't sure if I should tuck them in between where the color is. See, now this wreath is really tight, so I would actually cut the string off, but I just was kind of looking to see, would it be worth putting the hat on there? And I don't really like it with the hat. See how that is? I would actually cut the string in the middle. Let me see. So it's got this plastic string there, or elastic string, and then I could just pull it toward the back, like really tuck it in there. But then when I saw it, I was like, I'm really not too keen on it. I'm just not sure. Now, tomorrow when I look at it, I might change my mind and add it in, but the wreath looks so good. Okay, so here's the white one. And I thought about maybe adding the white one in there. but it would probably come in between one of the colors here. Maybe something like that. Maybe. And I could always go back and just add it in. It's going to go on my front door. So I may feel like tomorrow, oh, it needs something else, but I really like the shine to it. I really like the way it looks. So you can add the hats into several areas, or I'll just use these hats for another project. Oops, let's see. So I put one in there, and I would tie these in. I'm just kind of setting it up just to kind of get a good look. Put one over here. This wreath is really tight. I mean, it's just, you can't do much of anything with it, or anything else with it. It's got, it actually took 36 of those bundles to get this wreath as full as it is right now. And so I ended up using, let's see, I ended up using 2.5 rolls of each color. So 2.5 rolls of each color, and I will make sure I list that below. Also, I ended up kind of fluffing it out even more, so it's really puffy. Let me just let you see what it looks like from the side. See, it's really fluffy on there. Yep. So it's pretty thick. So if you have like a screen door, your screen door might not close if you're going to put this on your front door. And that's what the back looks like. I tucked everything in. All the chenille stems are tucked in. And I'm really happy with the way this looks. This is going to look so pretty. Now, another thing I was thinking of doing is taking that wind chime, and so I removed the bell. I could always put it right back on if I don't use it for this, but then I can put this somewhere on here. So I'm not sure yet. I'm just not sure. I really like the wreath the way it is. So you just have to go with what you like, and but this is just another idea. And if I was to do that, I can take a string, put it here, and just kind of tie it around the back. So that's just one of the other things you can do. I don't know if it would really fit in the middle here. That could be another option possibly. Just to kind of just, once you find your top area, just kind of make it, have it right in the middle. So comment below. Let me know what you think. Should it go in the middle? Should it go off to the side? Do you think I should include the hats? I don't know. Right now, I like it without anything. I'm kind of liking it with this star. Right now, I like it with nothing on it. So tomorrow, I may end up changing my mind. But for now, I hope this inspired you and gave you some type of idea when you make your wreath. I hope this tutorial is easy enough for you to follow. I always try to make my tutorials really simple, and so that you can learn. So that's my main objective, is for you to learn in a really simple way. So thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you were inspired. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to join our crafty family. Like this video, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.